Beautiful.
I was mentioning as you came across, you look wonderful. You look like a kid, for God's sake.
Thank you. I've been maintaining the temple, Dave. I've been maintaining the temple.
Doing a good job.
I went to the doctor, and he said, you know those high blood sugar numbers you've been dealing with since you were 36? Well, you've graduated. You've got type 2 diabetes, young man. So, well, it's controllable, and
through diet mostly. And
you know, something's going to kill us all, Dave. Yeah. Something's going to kill us all.
Well, good for you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And, by the way, a nice message to others. I suffer from the high blood sugar. Had to go on a special diet myself.
Well, they said, my doctor said, look, if you can weigh as much as you weighed in high school, you will essentially be completely healthy, will not have type 2 diabetes.
Right.
And then I said to her, well, I'm going to have type 2 diabetes. Because there is no way I can weigh as much as I did in high school.
What did you weigh in high school?
I weighed 96 pounds in high school. And I was a very...
Rail thin.
I was a very skinny boy. And you know, most of that was that big white afro that I wore back in the 70s. Big hair. You remember the big hair, don't you guys?
Oh, man, we all had it.
You bet.
What? Really?
Even I.
There you go. There you go. It was a look. It was a look. Hey, congratulations on the sign up.
Oh, yeah, thank you
You're
very
going
much.
all the way to 2015, aren't
That's
you, Dave?
right, yeah.
All the way.
All the way.
Now,
that's right.
Look, I don't know showbiz math, but, you know, this is late 2013.
Right.
To me, with vacations and holidays, you signed on for another 8 months. That's what I think. Honestly, to 2015?
It's fine.
Man, boy, throw down the gauntlet there. They're all, you know what? Arsenio heard that, he canceled his show.
It's fine.
He said, what's the point? Dave's going to 2015.
That's right, I know.
Exactly, yeah.
Man, oh man.
Now listen, I want to talk to you about this Captain Phillips movie. Holy God, what a film.
It came out good. It's hard to make a good movie.
When did you make this film? Because it seemed like the turnaround from the actual event to the release of the film is pretty quick.
We finished it about the 4th of July, 2012, so it's a little over a year ago. You know, I guess the studio bought the rights up pretty quick, and there you go, lickety-split.
Tell me about the cast playing the Somali pirates.
Okay, all right. These are my good friends, Barkhad, Mahat, and Faisal. Two guys named Barkhad. It's not like one guy named Barkhad.
Right.
Barkhad Abdi and Babko Abdi, I can't remember. It's
like
a long name.
Boutros.
Not like that.
Not like that,
These were guys, first of all, they're very talented.
From where? Guys. Where are they from?
All right, they are Somalis. Actually, Faisal is American Somali, but his parents are from Somalia. And they all live in Minneapolis. And they were the big Somali community that, like, you know, like how in New York you have Chinatown, Little Italy.
Yes.
Well, in Minneapolis, you got Little Somalia. And you could go there and eat. And it's actually a very vibrant community. And these guys were sitting at home one day, Barkhad Abdi was, who plays the captain. Musi. And he was watching the news, and this thing came on the news, casting call, Somalis wanted for Tom Hanks movie, which is hilarious because I was sitting at home in L.A., and this thing came on the TV. Movie stars wanted for a Somali movie. And so we both answered the thing. And out at the parking lot was Ben Affleck, George Clooney.
Well, that's where they belong.
Matt Damon. We were all lining up.
They belong in the parking lot.
I got the part.
Yeah. Tom, this raises more questions. What about Minnesota, northern Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul? What about that region of the world attracted a Somalian community? I believe
a bunch of Somalis were there, and the community just grew and grew. And actually, Abdi's an amazing story because he left Somalia when the war was going on. And was able to escape into Yemen, where he had to learn. He only knew 2 words of Arabic, and then they won the lottery, the green card lottery, the immigration lottery, and they got to come to the United States. And I guess their sponsors lived in Minneapolis with all the other mini Somalians. And he started high school knowing no English. And I said, well, how did you learn English? He says, well, his Somali friends, and he watched Jackie Chan movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is no wonder your English is so good, my friend.
Yes.
Makes all the
But now, Tom, before they left their homeland, were they actors then?
No, but you know, look, Dave, show business has this, like a racket element to it. As long as you are not self-conscious about a camera looking at you and the fact that you're pretending to be somebody else, you can figure out the marks and the lights relatively quickly. And these guys were all, I mean, relatively quickly. I'm not trying to make it seem easier than it is. But being able to pretend you're somebody day in and day out, that requires storytelling chops. Yeah. And these guys all had storytelling chops.
No. Who did the casting on this? I mean, I don't want to get too deep into the crawl, but how did they get to this movie? Just other than the TV announcement.
As Paul Greengrass, our director, would say, well, there's no acting communities in London or Los Angeles anyway, so they went to where the biggest Somali community was, and that's in Minneapolis. And there are clubs and music and newspapers and media and whatnot. It's just that you and I, oddly enough, don't really read those Somali newspapers.
Right. Well, speak for yourself.
Oh, I had no idea.
The scene where they all gather with great vigor on the beach, and they've been commanded to, come on now, we're falling off our quota of hijacked vessels. Yeah. Let's go, and let's go. To me, it's like you're just standing right there. Is that true?
Yes.
To the launching of a hijacking raid?
The Somali pirates is not like some glorified version of Captain Crunch. It is an international organized crime. There are big bosses that send down orders, and then enforcers that go out and get the real guys that do the work, and they have to go out and try to hijack ships.
And when a hijacking is successful and money changes hands, or goods from the vessel change hands, where does that money, who gets it? Is it the one guy? Is it distributed to the people in Somalia who are starving?
You know, as is in Richard Phillips' book, there are some shipping lines from, say, less incorporated nations or more nefarious corporations that are willing to drop a couple of $1 million in cash on the deck of some ship and to make the pirates go away because somehow they can save money. There's also corporations that won't pay anything and just let the hostages be taken, and these are from less established places than, say, the Western world. Right. And there are still hostages being held in various parts of Somalia that were kidnapped, months ago, and they're just sitting there waiting because they come from places where they don't care about the law so much.
Is it holding steady? Is it on the rise? Is it declining?
I couldn't tell you that, sir.
But in your case of your story, Captain Phillips' story, there were no arms, no defense mechanism on the ship.
This is interesting because everybody says, well, why didn't they have guns? And one, it was an international law. You could not carry guns into an international port if you were a commercial freighter. And secondly, as Captain Phillips said himself, I don't think we want, guns in the guy's sea bags, because then they start solving problems over, hey, that was my French toast, that kind of thing. Right. Hey, come on, got any threes? Yes, you do. They don't, during the card games during their breaks. So they don't want to do that. And a ship this size and this fast had never been boarded because the hull is too high. These small ships could not get up.
There's an interesting point of fact in the movie. These guys who come back the second time actually carrying their own ship boarding ladder.
Yeah, like they went to Home Depot and picked it up, something like that.
And I assume this is something they had made themselves, probably.
And actually, Rich Phillips actually said, "What did you think when you saw that ladder?" He said, "I thought they'd stole it from some swimming pool somewhere." And he said, and he literally said, "They have a ladder?" With a question mark on the end of it.
Now, did you get to know your fellow actors, the Somali pirates? Was it between takes? Was it a lot of fun?
They always argued as soon as the take was over, but it was always in Somali.
What were they arguing about?
I don't know. Stuff like, hey, I thought you would have said that line soon. I was waiting for you to light the cigarette. You would eat. Hey, no, I don't light the cigarette till the next scene. Hey, guys, shut up, shut up. It's almost lunchtime. That's what I think they were. That's what I think they were saying. But I do not know.
Is it possible they were planning an actual hijack?
No, well... No. Jeez.
Now, the other thing...
You'll never know. As you got to... I'm just asking. Dave's just asking.
Just asking.
He's
another
just
movie,
asking. He doesn't know.
Now, this is... probably has no answer to this question, but... this movie is going to be enormous around the world, and actual Somali pirates will see the film. I'm not saying that paid tickets.
To do.
No,
not to do.
But will that put the pretend pirates in any kind of jeopardy?
Actually, there are many different factions of pirates, and they all are known to kill each other and steal each other's hostages and take the ship away. It's like it's been hijacked, and other pirates come on and hijack it from the hijackers. So they don't get along, the pirating factions. Does that answer your question, Mr. Showbiz host?
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
But we're saying, what have we taught the pirates? Is that what you're saying?
No. I am just saying that some actual pirates are sitting at home and they decided not to become actors.
Oh.
And they're watching the movie and they say, oh, there's Larry and Ted and Kid.
I see what you're saying.
And then, wait a minute, those bastards are making us look bad. We're the real pirates. We're going to go after them.
Man, this is a dilemma I don't think anybody has paid any attention to. You are thinking this out too much, man.
You just sit there and worry about your blood sugar. We'll be right back with Tom Hanks, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, like I say, I joke. It's hard to make a good movie, but it's hard to make a good movie.
You mentioned Captain Phillips. Richard Phillips?
Richard, he had this, this is how he got his wife, his pickup. Hey, hi, I'm rich.
No.
See, and that which does not work for me.
No.
I can't. Actually, it can.
I believe you're married.
I've been happily married for 25 years. I use it on my wife. It worked once.
Now, what kind of a guy is he? Because and by the way, what a tremendous movie, and what great performances. And in the end of the movie, and I guess we know how it ends.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, no. But how is the guy now?
First of all, he is an accomplished merchant mariner, and that is nothing to sneeze at. He went to the academy, studied for years, and he has had high seas adventures brought about by Mother Nature and chemical fires and things like that.
And he in the movie, he's portrayed as a guy who kind of knows what to do if you're being attacked by pirates.
There is a training, I guess, and some protocols that you have to know. Yes, he does. And he was the captain, so it was his responsibility. Onshore, when he's not working, as happy-go-lucky and easygoing as
How long was he off after the trauma of this event?
I think he stayed away for maybe 6 months, 8 months, but he's gone back to work. Now, not in the same part of the world, but he's gone back and been a captain for the same kind of ship. He's very proud of the job that merchant mariners do.
He's doing sunset cruises in the Bahamas now, isn't he?
I think he does the 4 to 8 p.m. booze cruise from...
Oh, man. How long were you actually on board? Were you on one of those big
Yeah. We were on the Maersk Alexander, which is an exact replica of the Alabama, and we had I want to say a Danish. Much of the crew was Danish. There's a lot of Filipinos and people from all over the world, and they were fabulous as far as teaching us the procedure of how to be on.
Were you actually at sea?
Yeah, we were. We were off Malta. We would go down. It's amazing, Dave. You go down to the port, and there's only one way onto this ship, up the gangway, and everybody signs in, and then it pulls away, and you are out at sea in 6 minutes. It's incredible how quick they turn these things around.
And what was the longest period of time you and the crew lived on the ship off the coast of London?
Oh, we always came in for dinner. We were done at the...
No.
Well, yeah.
No.
Well, we'd go out like 10 miles out, and you just go back and forth. You'd go 20 miles this way, turn around 20 miles that way, just going and going and going. And although there were some days where they said, we can't shoot because the swells were magnificent, huge. And there was one day we tried to shoot in the lifeboat on the high seas, and it was hilarious, man. We in the cast could sit in our chairs, but the guys who were actually trying to shoot the movie, they just dropped one by one. And they were just, I don't know, what you name it. We came up with a list of how, vernacular for being sick to your stomach, chukin, Fortune of Pollock. We had a lot of names. Fortune of Pollock, I thought that was going to kill, Dave.
I didn't even know what I mean.
Jackson Pollock was an expression. Never mind. And if you think that a tiny space that smells of paint and fiberglass and diesel fumes cannot smell worse, it can.
Yeah. And was that, so that too was out in open water?
We did that for a couple of days. Most of it was on a gimbal in London, which misses that sink. You get on a gimbal and it goes like this, is like a Rocco plane, but it's missing that drop that the ocean gives you. So if you could get through that.
So this was a difficult movie to make, yes?
It was physical. It was and stressful in ways. But after a while, man, we're all in a team, and we're trying to get it done. Yeah, it is. is. And even though you don't understand most of what your co-stars are saying. As a matter of fact, when I saw the movie, they was so freeform when we were shooting, and we didn't even meet the guys. I didn't meet my good friends Barkhad, Mahat, and Faisal until they stormed the bridge. We didn't meet them. And
really? So you're rolling film, and that's the first time you meet them?
First time we saw them, and they're coming in, and guns are blazing, and they're screaming like crazy, and they are the skinniest, scariest human beings on the planet. We all immediately felt like out-of-shape, middle-aged doofuses next to these guys. And they're coming in, and they got, you know, they got everything, rags and bad teeth and rusty guns. And it was so scary for about 35 minutes. And then we had a little break. And it was, I can't believe I'm making a movie with Forrest Gump. So we had that. But that was, I love those guys even more. They were so sweet. And then all day long, this improvised stuff crazy, and I did not know what they were saying until I saw the movie and could read the subtitles. I said, oh, that's what they were saying. And they're saying things like, hey, shut up, man, I'm trying to get cigarettes off this guy. You know, you had no idea what they were saying.
A lot of go Vikings. Yeah.
That's what they love about Minnesota.
Now, let me... and here's a question maybe you can't answer, but having seen it now, I think of you as Captain Phillips. There's a... and I don't know if I can say this, there's a crucial part in the negotiation. And it's been pretty much hard line. Yeah. It's our way, it's our way, it's our way. And then there was a moment of acquiescence. And I was curious as to why they had this hardline position drawn up to that point if they were going to acquiesce to something. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if I do, Dave, but...
see, I don't know if I can say it without...
Here's what you had. You had a rock in a hard place.
That's
the
right.
Navy SEALs did not want this to end badly. And the pirates did not want it to end badly. Everybody was hoping they were going to get away. And I think it might be a testament to what a hopeless place Somalia truly is when these guys would rather risk losing everything than having to go back and face whatever punishments they're going to meet at the hand of essentially lawless, corrupt tribal warlords. In that regard, there's a sort of empirical truth to it that's undeniable.
There was a couple of points along the way where they could have walked away
with $30,000.
$30,000.
Yeah, not enough.
And no, not enough, because they thought if we go back with $30,000, we're going to get berated and kicked around and possibly killed.
I think the code says it's got to be high 8 figures. Didn't go anywhere. I tried. I was shooting for it. There has been times. I'm going to pull myself out of this, damn it. There have been times with other ships where literally helicopters dropped $5 million in cash and the pirates took off. And between that and 30,000, it's...
What a film. You know, the problem with a movie like this, you only get to see it for the first time once. And it's a great movie to see the first time.
But you can see it for the second time twice.
Now, wait a minute. No, you can't. Now,
not my strong suit.
Here's an inside baseball question.
Yeah.
You filmed this before the Broadway play, is that right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Now, Catherine Keener, a wonderful actress.
Sorry.
It's all right. Drives you to the airport.
Yes, she does. Yeah. Which is the tradition that they do. Every time Rich goes away for one of his trips, Andrea drives him to the airport, and they talk over everything, and they go over what's
worried about his older son.
Yeah, and it's the tradition of their home. And she said, it's funny. Now maybe this is just a part of the book. She says, I always go to the gate till his plane leaves, and that one time I didn't, and I felt bad about it. So they always try to like maybe write into some other kind of like super melodramatic aspect of it, but this is their life. This is what they do. All it is it's a standard everyday hardship.
But if you just need somebody to drop him off at the airport,
it could have been anybody.
Could have been me.
You know, that hug and kiss would have been very uncomfortable, Dave.
Well, speak for yourself.
Take care of yourself, baby.
We'll be right back with Tom Hanks, ladies and gentlemen. Like it.
I was so just getting off the chair. I was petrified.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Yeah, hi.
Anyway, hopes and fears.
Yes, it was quite a film. Do we have a clip? Maybe we'll take a look at a clip.
Sure.
How long is this movie? It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. It goes by like that. It goes by like that.
It goes by pretty quick, I think.
Now, I know in your filmography you've made, I don't know, 60 movies, 65,
sure,
100.
Yeah, why not?
And it's impossible to say, oh, I like so-and-so better than so-and-so and so-and-so and better, but this has to be one that's near and dear to your heart.
They're all great adventures, and you'll always have a moment where you see them and you go, man, that's better than I ever imagined.
How many times have you seen the film now?
I've seen it once.
Seen it once?
Yeah. I saw it cut a long time ago, but I just saw it recently. You know, it's a little tough to see movies I mean, they'll be on cable after a while, and I'll turn them on for like 36 seconds, and I'll say things like, Thursday it was raining. I just had an argument with my son, and I know that's what I don't want to see. I remember what was going on when we shot this.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Because what you try to do is remove that altogether. It's disbelief, suspend everything, but yet when you see it, it brings you right back to your daily,
right that day.
Daily mundanity. Is that a word?
Sounds good to me. Yeah. Let's ask Siri.
He's funny, ain't he?
By the way, I didn't realize that the government had shut down Monday top 10 rehearsals. When did that? Is that a Ted Cruz thing?
No, they did. They did, and it's a small sacrifice for the freedom of this great republic.
That's right. Greatest nation in the world, right?
Now, we have a clip. This is going to be exciting to see this clip. It's Captain Phillips. The streets will be empty. Hospitals will reschedule surgery. Births will be delayed because people will be going to see Captain Phillips. It opens on Friday. Tom, what are we going to see here?
This is a moment where there is looks as though there's a glimmer of chance, and after 4.5 or so days, Phillips takes a shot.
Did I just ask you this?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I just asked you this?
Yeah, it's all right. Dave, I love to hear myself talk.
This movie, I don't know what else to say about the movie, but I'll go. You and I should go see it.
Let's go, Dave.
All right, we'll do that. Tom Hanks, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Phillips. We'll be right back with Two Door Cinema Club, everybody.